What the heck is even going on at Marvel right now as we now have the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer leaked online? Yesterday, the trailer for Avengers Doomsday, or I should say one of the four trailers or sneak peeks that are going to be playing in front of Avatar Fire and Ash, it was leaked yesterday. And now we have the Spider-Man Brand New Day one. Feels a little coincidental, like maybe they did this on purpose. I don't know, but it is a crazy coincidence, and there's a lot to break down with this leaked trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I have several notes here, and it does look like Sadie Singh's character is seemingly confirmed, is what some insiders were saying, and she is not who some insiders have been saying. A lot to break down here, and unlike the Avengers Doomsday trailer, which is probably a part of the main trailer or just a scene from the movie, this was actually the trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. They're getting ready for something, which is going to be the release of the trailer during a certain time, which we'll talk about after we go over the trailer. But this is the actual trailer. This is going to be the first teaser trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. So let's break it on down. So it starts off, and it's Peter Parker talking. He says, "Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me." So obviously, stopping here real quick, that is about Spider-Man No Way Home. Obviously at the end, Doctor Strange did the spell and made everybody forget who Peter Parker is. He did not, this is important, he did not make everybody forget who Spider-Man is. And we know that because J. Jonah Jameson, at the end was still talking about Spider-Man. So everybody still knows who Spider-Man is. The Avengers who knew about Spider-Man will still know about Spider-Man. They'll know that they fought with Spider-Man. They just won't know it's Peter Parker. And it's kind of unclear who he's talking to at this point. The trailer is obviously not very good quality. It's very much a leaked trailer, and it's hard to tell, but it does seem like Peter is at least looking at MJ in this scene. So I don't know if he's speaking to MJ or speaking to the audience since it is a trailer, but that's what he says. And he continues and says this: "I'm not just Peter Parker, I'm Spider-Man. And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart." Again, the spell making MJ and Ned forget about who he was, and Happy and others as well, obviously. So at the very end, we hear Shathra, what appears to be Shathra. We get a look at this villain, and it seems to be a dark, shape-shifting person. So Shathra has been reported for a while now that Shathra is going to be the main villain, and she is a shapeshifter. It's also been reported separate from Shathra that the villain is going to be a shapeshifter. I personally think this is going to be really cool because you would have to imagine that as a shapeshifting villain, one thing that that villain would do is shapeshift into people that you know the good guy likes and use that against them. For example, she could probably shapeshift into MJ and maybe say some bad things to Peter Parker to make him think that MJ doesn't like him anymore. Well, obviously she doesn't know who he is, but she could shapeshift into her and say some really bad things to Peter. He could also, or she could also shapeshift into Aunt May. That would be pretty messed up. Same thing with Tony Stark. She could shapeshift to Tony Stark. That would be really messed up. I think that could lead to really cool scenes and very emotional scenes for Peter Parker, and I'm totally here for it. So at the end, Shathra says, "Stay out of my way." Sorry, she says, "You're a mess, Spider-Man." "Stay out of my way, or else it won't just be your friends who don't remember who Peter Parker is." That's a very interesting line because the villain is also supposed to be a multiversal villain, and Shathra is a multiversal villain. At least they can definitely make her into a multiversal villain based on her comic lore. And of course, as we know, oftentimes Marvel Studios doesn't stick page for page to the comic lore, and they alter things, of course, right? So we're not going to be dealing with spider totems and stuff in this movie. I wouldn't imagine so, especially after the disaster that Madam Web was. Not that they really dove into the totems of that either, but it looks like they're just going to make her a shape-shifting multiversal villain. So I think her sentence there, "or else it won't just be your friends who don't remember who Peter Parker is," that might be referring to other universes. Maybe, just a theory. Or it could also just mean I'm going to kill you. So it's called completely irrelevant. And I'll kill other people who even support Spider-Man. We don't even know at this point in time. And we don't know what Shathra wants. So it's very interesting. So that's what Shathra says. And it does appear to be in the voice of Sadie Sink. So I know we've heard other reports from other people saying it could be Jean Grey, saying it could be Mayday. But it sounds like Sadie Sink is playing Shathra, which would not have been my first choice, but I do still like a lot of those aspects of the shape-shifting villain. And honestly, her voice sounds really good. Her voice actually does sound pretty good for her to be a villain. Not gonna lie. If you've seen it on Twitter, which it's everywhere on Twitter, some of it's been taken down. It might still be up. One other really cool thing that they do is recreate the iconic pose from Amazing Fantasy 15. You can see that on Twitter if you go on there. That's all I will say about that. They've been taking it down. I obviously can't put it on the channel. We couldn't put the trailer from yesterday on the channel. Those got taken down as well. And I actually literally before this video talked to my YouTube partner and he said, I'm so glad you did not put that on your channel because bad things are happening to people who did put the actual footage on their channel. So I'm glad it didn't. But here's the kicker. The last thing that you can hear in the audio. So about half of the trailer video and audio were leaked. And then for the final half of the trailer, just heard audio. And the biggest thing that I got from it was something that Peter said. He says, Professor Banner, I need your help. So it looks like we are getting Professor Banner. And we just recently heard a report that Grey Hulk, we're going to get a Grey Hulk in Spider-Man Brand New Day. The Punisher and Spider-Man are going to fight up against Mark Ruffalo's Grey Hulk. So that's going to be cool. But what we've seen through this trailer, one, it was just a really cool vibe. Very Spider-Man, gets you very excited. If you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. You have hints of the theme song being played in like a different way that are really great. You have like, you know, the Amazing Fantasy recreated. It's just, even for like a leaked trailer, it was super, super cool. And it showed him fighting a bunch of ninjas, which I assume are hand ninjas, in a room. It shows Scorpion in a prison outfit, which we knew that already. It showed a lot of things that we knew, except for the Shathra part, in which we did hear reports about Shathra. So overall, even though it was really crappy video and audio, it still gets me super pumped for this next Spider-Man movie. It's weird to say that this could be the best Spider-Man movie ever, because we got No Way Home. And I am someone who still loves No Way Home to this day, still in my top 5, I believe. But I am really curious about the timing of this all. I will say that. We've been talking a lot on the channel about how the marketing, basically from Marvel Studios, from now until after Secret Wars, until we get into the Mutant Saga of the MCU, it's going to be very different. And we talk a lot about their Doomsday marketing, but I believe the Spider-Man marketing is going to be the same way. Now, granted, some of that is Sony, right? Some of that is Sony. And I've actually been hearing that the trailers that have been taken down from X and off the internet have been taken down by Sony, not by Marvel Studios, although they're definitely going to be taken down by Marvel as well. But Sony is on top of it. So this is something that we've been hearing. Sony has Anaconda coming out, which comes out Christmas Day, December 25th. Sony UK has recently teased something Tom Holland and Spider-Man related, also for December 25th. Avatar Fire and Ash is coming out soon, and Marvel is going to have Avengers Doomsday attached to that for 4 straight weeks. We're going to get a different trailer each time. So it seems like the trailer that we saw today is being edited and prepared for, possibly, obviously not confirmed, but possibly to be released on Christmas Day, December 25th. Again, I just think the timing of this is planned. I don't know if you think like me. Let me know in the comments. I mean, we got the trailer leaked yesterday for Doomsday and now Spider-Man. Marvel hype is at an all-time high that it's been in like the last 5 years right now. Leak the trailers, get them talking about it, get them hyped. Then we'll release the trailers in theaters and then online. And then Spider-Man, it's honestly a good plan for hype. So that's what it seems like to me. It seems very intentional to me that we got this. But let me know what you think. And let me know what you think about what the trailer showed and what Peter Parker said. And Sadie Sink as Shathra. Again, not my first choice, but based on what I heard, And what I'm imagining, I think it's going to be pretty dang good. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel, Spider-Man, or Avengers Doomsday news. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.